Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of the Redmen TV as we bring you a first world exclusive hands-on playtest review of Pro Evolution Soccer 2014. Chilly beans, FIFA boys, fear not, we will be reviewing FIFA 14 next week. But in the meantime, let's have a look at some of the company spiel surrounding the new PES game. The game has been rebuilt from the ground up using the Hideo Kojima Productions Fox engine. Anyone who's been looking forward to the new Metal Gear Solid game will know all about this and probably be geek-gasming all over their keyboards, me included, keyboardless. The only way in fact I get more excited about that is if you had David Hayter doing the colour commentary instead of Jim Beglin. So basically what they've got is a whole new ball physics system as well as greater collision detection and better emotional animation from the players as well. Apparently the Fox engine, what that focuses on is greater fluidity in the game. Now, although long-term players of the game will know Pro Evo always felt like a very solid football game, some of the movement felt quite stilted. That has been eradicated from the new game, it appears. If you look at this footage, with the player names stripped up, this to me just looks like watching a proper Champions League game. I just think that's... I mean, maybe it's just me getting on, and in 10 years' time we'll be laughing at the realism, but right now, I think that's absolutely spot on. Okay, the elephant in the room, the big, overbearing, licensed, unlicensed elephant in the room. Yes, the licenses, the forever an issue with the Pro Evo games, remains here. Yeah, of course, the Spanish division's there, and the Italian and most of the international teams, including England, which is something for a lot of people out there. Yeah, it means the return of Merseyside, Red, Man, Blue, etc. So still those issues there. Yeah, your Liverpool kit's not spot on. It looks like Manuel Pellegrini's brought his Malaga kits over for City to play in this season. If that's an issue for you, it's always going to be an issue. It's going to remain a fixture for Pro Evo. If you've played Pro Evo for years, it probably doesn't even bother you by now. You just get the option file and sort it out. You can personalise the homepage now. You can put your favourite team and your favourite player. Again, going back to the licensing thing, a little bit of an issue if you want to put Liverpool and say Lucas Leiva, because basically it looks like some no marks and Robbie Savage. But that aside, if you want to put Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich or whatever, it absolutely looks fantastic and much more stripped down and accessible as well from the title menu. Things are a lot clearer, as is much of the menus, including the accessibility of the team selection, where you can now use the D-pad to go from player to player to player rather than having to scroll across with the analog stick, which was a little bit of an issue in the past. What has changed then? The shooting bar, the staggered shooting bar is gone. You now get one go on one goal only, so no more of this. You underhit it, you try to correct your shot by pressing it again, and you spunk it over the crossbar. If you spunk it over the crossbar, you've done it in one go. What has changed along with the shooting bar though is a more manual shooting approach to targeting. You can now target any area of the goal you wish to shoot at, which means basically far more customizability, if that's even a word, in how your attack and play develops. That also links in with a far more manual through ball, which has a cursor along the floor, which allows you to guide your through balls wherever you want them to go. Free kicks, pens, corners also been revised. Let's start with free kicks. There's now a cursor bar, or a cursor I should say, that points exactly where you want your free kick to aim, which I think will aid the newer player, because I've always felt that although I fully understood the free kick system as a long-term player of the game, it might have been confusing to newcomers to the game. So no, I think this simplifies the process greatly. We've also got the pens, as mentioned. I think they've made the pens perfect. Penalty shootouts have been dreadful on computer games since time immemorial, and I actually believe Pro Evolution Soccer 2014 has got it right for the change. Why? Goalkeeping fundamentally is the reason behind it, because if you can now dive, you choose your direction before the kicker takes it, you get a more agile save, you dive further, you cover more of your goal, and it means that if they power the shot in, you've got a better chance of saving it. But of course, you can go before they've kicked it, so you don't know where they're going to go. If you want to wait until they've kicked it, you've got a better chance of gauging which side they're going to go to. But if they smash it, you might get there, but you're not going to keep it out. Fantastic new addition to the game. What else is new? They've completely changed the skill system as well. Gone are the link feints of the last few games. and replaced by a more fluid system whereby you can control pretty much exactly where you want it to go. So you'll push the right analog stick in one way, direct where you want your player to go. I'm not explaining it very well, but it is good. It feels a lot more, again, going back to this idea of fluidity, it just feels a lot more natural. It reminds me in some respects of, and it's an EA game, it reminds me of the way that Fight Night revolutionised boxing games and how you use the analog sticks to really have a grasp of your player in the ring. So that's definitely a new addition. Okay, what's to like then? As Paul says, shuffling through his cheat sheets, because there's loads to like and there's some to dislike. Like smoothness and better graphics up close. By far and away the best looking Pro Evo game of all time, bar none. Is it up there with FIFA? That's for you to decide, but it's definitely taken huge strides in a graphical sense. Luis Suarez is boss. Yes, thank you, Konami, thank you. He was garbage in the last game, and we needed to be boss because he's a world-class player and he should be duly represented. So that's a good thing. I think he's around about a 94 now, which is amazing. Far more creative freedom, as mentioned, in your shooting and your through balls. Training modes, very clear this time around. So a load of new additions to the game, which weren't clear, which I think a lot of people thought the demo wasn't great. Loads of new modes, fully explained in the training, and you can master them very quickly. Crowd atmosphere, this for me is a massive thing, and I didn't realise it until they added it. If you're playing at home in a big game and you throw in a tasty tackle and win the ball, then the crowd go, "Ah!" And these are the little things that add realism and depth to a game and really get you sucked in, and I think that's a fantastic addition. And the fact that if you're a D-pad lover and you're upset that you couldn't use the D-pad last time out, you can now. In the options, you can change it from the analog stick back to the D-pad, which left my co-host Chris Pajak in with a big shit-eating grin on his face, basically, because he was rather upset about that last time around. What's the dislike, though? Come on, we're going to be balanced, we're going to be fair. Dislikes, Man United are the licensed English team. Come on, Konami. Do us a favour. The only plus side to that, of course, glass half full, is if you want to foul a Man United player, it looks like you're fouling the actual player, which is amazing. Players in the squad not fully updated yet. So Gareth Bale's still at Spurs, Ozil's still at Real Madrid, Sakho's still at PSG in a Liverpool sense. But Liverpool have Aspas and Mignolet and Luis Alberto, so some of the transfers there, but not all of them. Obviously the major downside's got to be the licensing issue. There are some players that just don't look like the players they're meant to, and this is true of a lot of Liverpool players, and I think this is where we fall foul of not being in the Champions League, as aforementioned. Lucas, Robbie Savage, Lever, for example. For me, the hardest part of coming to the game as a long-term player of the game was the changes were difficult at first to adapt to. The manual shooting and the manual through ball have basically made me feel a little bit bad about myself. So I turned that back to basics just to give myself a little bit of self-esteem boost, to realise that I'm not shit at the game, I'm quite good at it, and scored a few goals, feel a lot better, and when I get to a stage that I feel I'm comfortable and I've mastered the basic control, I can then up the stakes and go back to a far more creative control, which I think is a very exciting thing to do ultimately. But as I say, for the casual player coming into it, it does make the game a little inaccessible. So that's one downside. So in summary, is this the best Pro Evo game yet? Yes. Is it going to convert any die-hard FIFA fundamentalists? No. But is any FIFA edition or licenses or any graphical touches or what have you going to convert any Pro Evolution, diehards to FIFA? No. So, take it or leave it in that respect. What I think this game's going to do, because I think it has taken a major step forward. If you're a lapsed Pro Evo player, and because look, let's face it, 2008 they cocked it up big time, and you had every right to jump to another football title, because on the PlayStation 3 it was god awful. This might be the game to turn you back to it, because it's got a lot. It looks to me like FIFA did in the mid-noughties. It adopted a lot of Pro Evo things to make it better, and it looks like Pro Evo have seen a lot of the good things FIFA has done and brought them on board, particularly with the controls and what have you, with the manual controls and the skills and what have you. So I think that's a very good thing, and as I say, if you're looking to get back to Pro Evo, this should be the game for you. Likewise, if you're bored of FIFA and you may be looking to have a little bit of a change, and this may be the one that turns your head. Personally, I can't wait to see what the future holds for the series. If this is what accounted like the first step, this is the transition season where they're really laying down the groundwork for the future. I can't wait to see the PlayStation 4 version next year, when they've really had time to work on this. This game feels like, for long-term viewers of the game, and they want to have a little bit of a comparison, like Pro Evo 3 and Pro Evo 5. Far more of a tactical masterclass, passing the ball around, build up play, bring your opponents in and open up space. A proper all-round, proper football game, whereas I think 2013 was far more of a dribbly game, similar to Pro Evo 4 and Pro Evo 6. So if you enjoyed those games and that's the kind of thing for you, I would highly recommend this game. I'm thoroughly blown away with it, from the graphics all the way down to the gameplay. So yeah, do check it out, do play the demo, do maybe borrow a mate's copy and then buy it, or just, you know what, believe me and buy it, because I'm gonna buy it. Anyway, we're gonna be reviewing FIFA 14 next week, so don't worry too much if you're like literally filling the comments below section with venomous bile because you're saying Pro Evo shit. Look, I'll test both of them and I'll let you know what I think. Anyway, let me know in the comments section there, before you've played the game, what do you think this game's got to do to be able to steal a match? How does it get the footballing crown back from FIFA? What would you like to see? What is the most disappointing thing about the Pro Evo series, etc.? What is it about FIFA that you like more than Pro Evo, etc., etc.? All in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And also don't forget to click subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll be back next week with a FIFA 14 review. I'm Paul Machin. See you soon. Ta-ra.